Mercury in Libra inspires me to bring up a pretty important point that's particular to Mercury. Mercury is always within 30 degrees of the Sun. So quite often, the Sun is in the same sign as Mercury. And when we deal with Mercury in Libra, that's something you might want to bear in mind, because the Sun in Libra is in its lowest dignity, called debility or fall. So it could put a complication onto the regular theoretical interpretation of Mercury in Libra. So bear that in mind as we go ahead and look at the theoretical impact of Mercury in Libra. So the first resonance between the planet Mercury and the sign Libra is that they're both intelligent. Libra is an air sign, and that's one of the things that makes it an intelligent sign. And it belongs to Venus, who's a Brahmana and an artist. So the arts nature of Venus also makes Libra an intelligent sign. Mercury, of course, is the planet of intellect. That's its root symbol. So there's a good harmony here. There's intelligence from the planet. It wants to be intelligent. The planet wants to be intelligent. And it's in a sign that allows it to be intelligent. So the implication here is that a person with Mercury in Libra is probably smart. Well, likely the type of smartness that they have is an avid interest in learning. They have a natural interest in learning. They like teachers. They like information sources. And another thing is they're good with language, quite likely, or some form of language. If not spoken language, it could be computer languages, it could be mathematical or theoretical languages, etc. But some type of language comes very easy to them and they master it. The next resonance to consider between Mercury and Libra is that Libra is the sign of equality. Hence the symbol looks a lot like an equal sign. It's symbolized by a balance, etc. Mercury, too, is the planet of neutrality, balance, etc., symmetry. So you have the planet who's trying to represent balance in a sign which has a lot to do with balance and fairness and equality. So what you expect is that a person with Mercury in Libra would be diplomatic and sort of, you could say, political in how they interact with others, in the sense that they're careful. They're careful about their relationships and their interactions with others. They plan things out. They think about the impact of what they're going to say. They choose their actions and words in the relationship a little bit more intelligently or carefully. So they may therefore have some head start in fields that require a lot of tact or diplomacy. So that could be like public relations. It could be law, politics, diplomacy, stuff like that. The next resonance I would like to bring to your attention is that Libra is a mercantile sign. It's a sign of exchange and trade. And Mercury, of course, is a mercantile planet. It's this planet of exchange. So here, again, the planet of exchange is in a sign of exchange. So you expect people are good with exchange. Well, what does that usually mean? It usually means that they're money-oriented and profit-oriented. They think about gains and losses. They think about dollars and cents. So you would expect this person would probably be good at running a business, doing a business, and or at the very least, very good at selling things and also buying things. So they're good with shopping, they buy intelligently, they sell things well. Hence, they tend to be good actually at convincing people or arguing with people. The final thing I would like to mention about the resonance between Mercury and Libra is that Libra is a sign for cooperation and partnership. And Mercury is a planet about making friendships and partnerships and understanding the relationships between things. You got the planet of relationships and partnerships in the sign of cooperation and partnerships. So what to expect is that the person with Mercury in Libra is pretty good with cooperation or partnership. So what I mean is they'll tend to be team-oriented. They'll tend to be good at figuring out how to put together a team, work in a team. They really won't want to be solo or won't want to be seen as being solo. So finally, to end up, I just want to remind you that, as I said in the beginning, the sun is always close to Mercury. So when you have Mercury in Libra, this is the theoretical output. But you should also consider my video on the sun in Libra and see what that does and see how that might impact some of this. Because there's a good chance that the sun is also in Libra if you have Mercury. Now, what we do in these videos with the planets and the signs is I show you a consistent technique that you can use for any planet and any sign. And the technique is very simple. You look for where the planet symbolizes something that's very, very similar to what the sign symbolizes. And once you find that, you assess whether or not the planet and the sign are harmonious about that thing, or whether they're antithetical about that thing. The dissonant resonance reveals what's complex or difficult for the native. The harmonious resonance, on the other hand, indicates what's easy, what comes natural, what's an inherent strength for the native. What I'm teaching you really is the method of how to do astrological interpretation by going down into the engine of the symbolism and comparing the parts. The actual interpretation that you should give is going to be individualized per the individual chart. So if you have person A with the moon in Scorpio and person B with the moon in Scorpio, it's not going to be exactly the same interpretation. Because person B's moon might have an aspect from something and person A's moon doesn't, etc., 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 etc. But what I'm showing you in the videos is the backbone of what a planet and a sign symbolizes. And once you understand that backbone, you modify it based on the circumstances, the extraneous circumstances that are affecting it in an individual chart. So I hope you really like this system, not just this one video, but all the videos that we do on the planets and the signs. We'll do them all. And I hope you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of those. And I hope to see you around soon. Thank you.